Welcome to day 6. It is a juicy day for a citrus cranberry juice. I have 6 oranges cut in half, 2 grapefruits cut in half, a quarter of a pineapple, and 1½ cup of fresh cranberries. For the oranges and the grapefruit, I'm going to be using a citrus juicer to juice those, and then the pineapple and the cranberries will go in the regular juicer. Well, let's get started. Okay, we're all done. Look how beautiful that looks. If you've never had fresh squeezed orange juice, it is the best thing ever. When I was growing up, in order for me to eat grapefruit, we used to put sugar on it. And someone even told me they used to put brown sugar on top of grapefruit, put it in the oven, and let the sugar caramelize, and they would eat it that way. Well, since becoming an adult and getting more into raw foods and fresh juices, I've learned to appreciate and like the taste of just fresh, natural grapefruit. No sugar needed. All right, so now that this is done, now let's get to the cranberries and the pineapples in the regular juicer. All right, my pineapple chunks are a little big, so let me cut those down some. And we're going to alternate the cranberries between the pineapple because the cranberries are a little bit harder than the pineapples. And that is a beautiful color mixing in there. Oops, I got away. I'm going to alternate some pineapple juice to get that going. Ah, look at that. That is a pretty color, right? Cranberries. So we're going to do the last of our cranberries, and then we're going to finish off with the pineapple chunks. And make sure all of those cranberries come out. We're going to lift the spout and watch that beautiful juice come out. See that? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Okay, let me get rid of these. Okay, so from here, it didn't make that much. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to juice some more cranberries. So let me get some more. Because we have a lot of orange juice and grapefruit juice, so we don't want this flavor to overpower the cranberries. So I thought 1 cup would be enough, but let's just do some more. So I would say in total we can do about 3 cups of cranberries. This cranberry has a very strong tart taste, but we have a lot of the orange juice and the cranberry juice to sweeten it up. And this juicer does a great job of juicing these cranberries. On my old juicers, I don't think I would be able to get any cranberry juice out from my old juicers. So, as you can see, I'm loving my new juicer. Okay, perfect. Now, when we did our citrus juice, some of the pulp did come out. So what we can do, remember the last time we talked about straining your juices. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So how about I pause just for a second and I come right back. We have our fine mesh strainer here. I'm going to put it in this bowl. Because when you're juicing citrus, the pulp does get out. So we're going to definitely strain off the pulp from our oranges and our grapefruit. And you can just grab a spatula and just push the juice through while the pulp stays. Okay, see how much pulp is left? Okay, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Yes. Now, we have our cranberry and pineapple juice. Look how pretty that looks. I'm ready to taste it. So I'm just going to pour in a little bit. Tea. This looks like Kool-Aid. Now when it comes to my cranberry juice, I do like a little bit of tart, so I'm just gonna add it all in. Oops, I probably should not have let the foam in there. Let me go ahead and scoop that out. And since we did have the strainer out, I probably could have strained that as well. Okay. So I'm going to pour this in a jar so you can see what that looks like. And we'll give it a taste. And you can definitely adjust the flavors, whether you like it a little bit sweet, a little bit tart. It looks like grapefruit juice. Looks like it has the color of grapefruit juice. I taste the tart. It's definitely good cranberry juice. Okay, and we know cranberries are good for detoxing and cleansing. So this is it for our juice. Again, our citrusy cranberry juice, 6 oranges, 2 grapefruit. I would say 3 cups of cranberries and 1/4 of a pineapple. This is delicious. This is delicious. Now, if you like the tart flavor that they sell bottled, you can definitely reduce some of the oranges and the grapefruit that you're using here. But this is perfect. So now let's get on to our raw food recipe. So our raw food recipe is actually going to be a breakfast dish, and I'm going to be making a green smoothie bowl. We're going to start with some frozen bananas, some fresh raspberries, coconut flakes, and pecans. Those will be our toppings. And also I have some frozen greens, about 2 handfuls of frozen greens. Now with the bananas, typically I peel the banana first and then freeze it, and I can just pull them out. But on those days when I don't feel like peeling the bananas, or they seem to be getting ripe really fast, I'll just throw the banana in the freezer whole. So you can see it's defrosting a little bit. And what I do is after that, I just cut off the ends, and then I just peel it with the knife. And I make sure that I peel off all the skin, because we don't want that part in the smoothie, because then it would be bitter. So you can just peel a frozen banana just like this. And this actually has some extra ripe spots. You can see the brown on that. So while you're peeling it, if you want to get off any extra brown spots, you can do it while you're peeling it. Which is, I'm going to do this little section right here and a little bit right there. Just make sure all the skin is off. I think I got a little bit right there to go. Perfect. Now normally, I would put this in a blender. You just blend it up, and then you would have a smoothie. Now a smoothie typically is thick, but it's not so thick that you can't drink it through a straw. A smoothie bowl actually is basically a smoothie, but a lot thicker. But because these are frozen, and what I'm using today, I'm using my juicer, it actually has a sorbet attachment. So it's going to come out a little bit similar like ice cream. So you can actually make ice cream out of frozen bananas. You could do a smoothie bowl, and you could do regular smoothies. So it just depends on the amount of liquid that you use that will determine if you want to drink it as a smoothie, eat it as a smoothie bowl, or even eat it as ice cream. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and I have some sweetener here that we're going to sweeten it up, because if the bananas are not sweet enough because of the greens, then we can add a little bit of agave nectar or any sweetener that you'd like to use. So this is the first time I'm using the sorbet attachment, so I'm really excited to see how this works. So here goes. Wow, look at that. It's coming out like ice cream, which is what we wanted. Look at that. You see it? Nice, creamy, thick. Let me not forget the greens. I was supposed to alternate the greens and the banana, but that's okay, because I'm going to put it in a bowl and remix it anyway with a little bit of the sweetener. Okay, so I think it's backing up quicker than it's coming out. So I'm going to pause just for a second and clean this up. So what happened was I was feeding the bananas in too fast. And because they were frozen and cold, they were coming out slow. So it got a little bit backed up on the inside. So this is what our bananas look like. So basically it's a sorbet, really thick looking type of ice cream. So I'm going to pour this out into our bowl. And what I'm going to have to do with the greens, I'm going to have to juice those like we would any other vegetable. So I took off the sorbet attachment, put the juice attachment back on so that we can actually juice the greens, and then we'll just pour that into our ice cream so that we can get our green smoothie going. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm going slow this time so I don't back anything up in the juicer. Now these greens were frozen because normally frozen I would just put everything in a blender and blend it up. But since I wanted to try out my juicer, I'm putting them in the juicer. But normally you would juice these fresh, not frozen. And look at the pulp, it's coming out really dry and really solid. So we could actually repurpose the pulp. Okay, I think that's about it. So it didn't get much juice because again it was frozen. I believe if it was fresh we would have got more, but I do believe that that is enough juice to turn our banana ice creams green. So I'm going to pour that in here and just mix it in. So by adding the liquid, it's going to loosen up our banana mixture just a little bit, which is okay, but it's still frozen and we want to keep it thick because this is going to be a smoothie bowl. So the point is to have a green smoothie. So actually this should be all green. So I'm going to keep mixing this in until it's the green color that I desire. So that means I need to add some more juice. Look how rich that green juice looks. You can just tell that this is going to be really healthy, right? Of course, I am doing this the long way because I wanted to use my juicer. Normally, this would just all go in a blender and it would all be done in one shot. Oh, that looks yummy. That looks yummy. I would put the last amount of juice, but I'm going to hold off on that because I think it'll make it a little bit too soupy. See right here? See how nice and thick it is? And now it's that green color that we like. So don't do it this way. I'm just experimenting today. And while I'm mixing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of sweetener, just a little bit. Okay, this is ready. So we're going to pour this in a bowl. Okay. We're going to smooth this out so we can get our toppings on there. And let me back up so you can see this on camera. There we go. So I'm just going to flatten it out. And we're just going to decorate it, make it look really pretty. And enjoy. And this is a great breakfast. Again, it won't take this long in the mornings, so I know we're pressed for time in the mornings. So I'm going to start with my fresh raspberries. Just going to put them on one side like this. Now raspberries are typically a little bitter, so I'm going to drizzle. Once I have everything on here, I'm going to drizzle with some more sweetener. Then I'm going to put a line of coconuts. Or at least just surround the raspberry with some coconut flakes. You can use sweetened or unsweetened, but these are probably unsweetened. Because again, you're going to get the sweetness from the agave nectar and the bananas. And then, if you want nuts, you can put nuts. These are some extra pecans that I had left over. So I'm going to put those right here along the edge. So this is our green smoothie bowl. That one right there. Look at that. Yummy, right? So I'll come right back and, oh, let me taste it. Let me find a spoon. Here we go. So I'm going to scoop so I can have a nuts on there, some coconut flakes, and a little bit of the berry. Here we go. That is delicious. Because the smoothie's already smooth, the nuts give it a nice crunch. The coconut adds another flavor dimension to it. And of course, raspberries pulls it all together. That actually doesn't need a slurp drizzle, but just for decorations, we'll just do one little splash of sweetener across the top like that. And we're good to go. That is delicious. So that is our recipe for today. And we'll come back and we'll pull off our word of encouragement for day 6. We have our citrus cranberry juice and our green smoothie bowl as our raw food recipe for today. Cranberries contain vitamin C and vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting. And cranberries also help reduce the risk of urinary tract infections because of the phytonutrients found in cranberries. So that's it for today. I'm going to finish this off because it is so good. And we're going to go to our Advent calendar and pull off day number 6. Let's see what our word of encouragement is for today. All right, we've had this word before, but we're going to go over it again. And the word is bright. Again, what is bright about your life? Who has maybe shined the light in your life, has shared a word of wisdom with you, has given you some input, some advice that really shone the light on a situation, or in a business, or at work, or with family relationships. Okay, so the word for today is bright, and we will see you on tomorrow. Bye-bye.